Hello everyone and welcome back. It's episode 20 of collecting action figures on a budget, and we are switching it up today. We are going big time, old school. We are going Liefeld's YoungBlood, if you guys can remember that comic book, and we're going to go with Lee's WildCats. When these two comic books and the characters first came out, I thought this was really going to change the way that cartoons were drawn, comic books were drawn, because these guys had some incredible detail. Their action figures are incredibly detailed. If you read their comic books, they're incredibly detailed. They did a lot of good stuff in the comic world. I was very, very impressed with that. So today we have six action figures from back in the day, 3 YoungBlood and 3 from WildCat, and the one WildCat set is a double, and we've taken it out of the damaged box, and we're going to look at it that way. So without the furthers, let's do our first throwback this week. Rob Liefeld's YoungBlood. It's Die Hard. Check him out, man. One thing I liked about these characters was the detail was incredible. I mean, they didn't have a lot of articulation. The knees are already bent, the elbows are already bent. He's staying pretty much in that position, arms up and down, legs up and down. But awesome backpack. I believe this fires something, and you can put a sword in there, and he's got 2 knives, 2 daggers, and the shield. So pretty badass. The guy looks pretty freaking detailed. Let's spin him around. We paid $7.99 for this one back in the day. Todd McFarlane's Toys, and of course, they do such a great job of advertising all of their stuff. You got YoungBlood, you got Wetworks, and of course you have the Spawn ones, which started the McFarlane Toys. You got Die Hard's little cutout. I love that they do that with the cards, classic cards, like they did with the original G.I. Joes. But the one I think is the most dope that they have is Crypt. That one right there, that one, I never found that one. I really did like it. But the Wetworks guys were bad. All these were so amazing, especially the giant Spawn action figures. We did end up getting a couple of those. Here you go, guys, from back in the day. McFarlane Toys, it's Die Hard from YoungBlood, Rob Liefeld. Our second action figure this week, another one from YoungBlood Ultra Action Figures. It's Sentinel. And he's cool because he can fire his rocket, which is pretty badass. I like that. The wings come out a little bit more. I believe this also opens up. Once again, not a lot of articulation, just a little tiny bit there compared to what we have nowadays. Great detail though. Cool weapons, like I said, flip out shoulder armor is pretty neat. If we flip it to the back, and once again we get all the amazing advertising. We get his card, we get all the Spawn, the Wetworks, and the YoungBlood action figures. So badass. YoungBlood Series 1, if you will, and there he is. It's Sentinel from YoungBlood. Got him. Our third action figure this week with the YoungBlood McFarlane Toys. This is from Spawn Deluxe Edition Ultra Action Figure. It's Chapel, and he has a badass machine gun. I love it. He's got the bullets, he's got the guns on the back, he's got a big nasty knife / sword. Once again, not a lot of articulation. This wrist, that elbow, that's about it. And the hips, the detail on him is badass. He looks really, really tough. I love the extra bullets for a shooting gun. Now this box is pretty damaged, it's ready to fall out, so trying to be real protective. And on the back we've got a lot of the really cool stuff. Of course, you got some more of the action figures from all of the different, there's Chapel, you got the vehicles down here, and his card, which is pretty cool. And one thing I do like is that he has the wrong color pants. He's supposed to have blue pants, but these are green. I do like when they make mistakes like that. Another one from back in the day, Todd McFarlane Toys. Switching gears slightly, we're moving over to WildCats from Lee. This is from Playmates Toys. It's Grifter of the WildCats. Very detailed drawings. I love. He's got the walkie / cell phone from back in the day. Love his guns. They're a little bit oversized. They have the big hands. Not a lot of articulation though in these models. The only downside of these, but the detail was very good. You don't see a lot of stuff on this level from Playmates. They usually make stuff for little kids. This is cool to see on the back. got your bad guys, you got the good guys. He's got Grifter's card right here, tells you all about Grifter, shows his weapons and how they're used, what everything can be used for. Pretty freaking neat if you ask me. From the league, it's WildCats Grifter. Our next toy, another WildCats, it's Pike. Look at that guy. He looks tough, man. But once again, not a lot of articulation, arms and hips. Really cool gun. Love the nightsticks that he fights with. Those are pretty sweet. He looks pretty tough. Great detail, like I said, but back in the day, not a lot of articulation from the Playmates characters in the back. We got another look of all kinds of characters that are on there that you can collect from this series. And of course, he tells you about his gun, his weapon. The staff actually goes together and comes apart. And here's a little bit about Pike himself. He is the chief enforcer of the Cabal. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, dun, dun. WildCats, and we paid $5.99 for this one. Here you go, guys. Another action figure from WildCats. It's Pike. Our sixth and final toy this week from WildCats. It's Spartan versus Hell Smart. That's right, guys. Check these guys out. Turn at the hips. They don't have not a lot of articulation. You can change the hand. And then there's a fireball over there. He's got a great cape. It comes with a comic book and cards, collectible cards, which are pretty cool. The box is kind of damaged, so I just slid this out of the box so everyone can see it. But you got the fire hair. Like, this is pretty badass. Raw. I could move my hands. But like I said, not a lot of articulation, but I do like how it has its own little set there. Look how dirty that is as well. It's signed. It's cool. You got the comic book. You got the collector cards. You've got the box. Is pretty damaged. We're gonna throw it back in there. Oh, and by the way, I got this on sale from Toys R Us back in the day for $15.99. But it's pretty badass that you still have the comic book and you got the collector cards all still in plastic. Everything is still in phenomenal condition, and we'll throw this back in the box to make sure it stays safe until we decide to pull it, and hopefully put it in a diorama. Maybe have these guys fight DC or Marvel or something fun with that. But until then, guys, have a great one, and I'll see you next week for a new show.